what you were saying was
Go
so
ahead.
true. Now, I will tell you this though. So there's a difference between abstinence and celibacy. So
Mm-hmm.
celibacy is when you don't want to be married or have sex.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, I hear a lot of people saying, I'm celibate, celibate. You got to be careful about what you're saying because you're basically putting it out there that you don't want to be married. So abstinence is abstaining from something. So that's abstaining from sex. But
Ooh.
it is so true. And what you were saying was about, when you make that decision and you make that commitment to be abstinent, right? You make that commitment to be abstinent, things are going to come. And so when you think in terms of like, what can you do to keep that from happening, there is something you can do. So we have to be mindful of like, what's coming in our ears. What are we listening to? What type of music? We listen to Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. You're gonna feel like getting it on. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be mindful of,
Uh-huh.
what are those things that we're because when you hear things in here, it's planting a seed, really, right? So
Yes, yes.
in what you see. So what are we watching? What are we listening to? Who are we listening to? So all of those things matter, and that don't say because look, it's once that box been open, it's open. You know what I'm saying? But you have to just really be mindful of those things that can come that will distract you because that's what it is. It's a distraction, and I've been abstinent
Yes, it is.
for 4 years and proud about it.
I know.
Listen,
It's a good.
like
It's a
I
good
was so
thing.
busy. Look, I'm busy because that idle time is the devil playground. When you sitting and fiddling your
Oh,
thumbs, you ain't got nothing to do. Hey,
you're right.
oh, you
You're
can
right to
do.
say.
Yeah, it's different things you can do. And I'm telling you, I was having this discussion with somebody over the weekend that if God can change me, because I listen, before I got saved and not just saved, but before I got delivered, there's a difference. Being saved is being saved, but you got to be delivered from some stuff. And salvation happened like this, but deliverance don't happen that fast. It's a process.
Say it.
You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? And
Yes.
so,
That is true. Yes.
right. And so, going through that process, it doesn't mean that you're going to be sinless, but it does mean that you will sin less. Okay.
Ooh. She preaching now.
Listen.
She
Okay.
preaching.
Look, he told me to come on this live. So we live, baby. But
Hey,
see, but
we listening.
we got to be
We are
truthful about
listening.
it.
Give them.
We got to be truthful because the
Yes.
thing is a lot of people can't be delivered because people are not being honest. You got people standing in the pulpit, they're not being honest, they're not talking about their struggles, they're not telling them what they can do, they just got the collection plate out. So you can be saved, but you have to be delivered. And people sometimes feel bad when you're saying, oh, you sexing and you doing this, and oh, you blasphemous and you this, that, and the third. Well, no, don't do that. It's a process. I'm going through a process. And just because God is a forgiving God doesn't mean that give us a pass to keep doing wrong. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes.
So
And lady, I
yeah.
want you to go on her page and follow her. Like
Oh,
her
thank you.
content is beautiful. You need to go on her page and follow her. And yeah, give me a favor, ladies. Tap on the screen. The more likes yeah do, the more follow. I mean, the more viewers we're gonna get because I want most of my followers, at least most of them, that's over here. I want them to come hear
Yeah, I mean,
this talk
it's
because she's about to give you some good nuggets right now, like for real, for real. I think she's awesome.
thank
I
you.
think a lot
Likewise.
of people need to. I think the ladies on my group they really need to listen to her talk. But so how's the book coming along?
Good. It's coming along good. I said, I gotta really push it more because I haven't. I've been busy. So, but it is doing well even without me really pushing it as hard as it should. But it's good. It's one of those books where it's a quick read. You can like read it in an hour, hour and a half, but it is literally God's blueprint for singles. And it gives some really helpful tips. You're able to identify really where you are in the dating process. I talk about Justin in my book quite a bit. And you ladies, y'all don't know me, but I know y'all know Justin. Y'all want me to tell y'all who Justin is? Where's my water? Y'all want me to tell y'all who Justin is? Justin is,
Justin?
yeah, Justin is that just in case. He's that just in case I need a man, just in case I need somebody to talk to him. The one we always fall prey to. The one that
Okay.
instead of praying for us, he praying on us. Hello, him.
Ooh.
Listen, Justin make you sin real good.
Okay. Ooh. I'm glad they ain't Justin, ladies. Y'all know me better than that.
Mhm. But it's those types of things that we have to really, you know. I think sometimes, especially men that don't really mean you any good, they really are hoping that you don't know your worth. They're banking on that. They really are. And when they get you in that situation where you're vulnerable, like I'm gonna be her friend, I'm gonna listen to her talk for hours if she need to, and then I'm gonna go ahead and try. You know what I mean? And they do a
Yes,
little bit.
yes,
They
yes.
do a little bit just to see if they kissing you or whatever. Then they gonna start rubbing to see if you gonna stop them. You don't stop them.
Ooh.
The more you allow, the more he gonna keep going, and before you know it, you on your back once again. It happens, you know.
That is facts. Yeah.
It really happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Even when
Yeah.
because for me, I try to, when God gave me this mantle to help singles, spiritually minded singles. I'm like, well, what am I gonna say? And he's like, why don't you teach them what you know? And it's things as simple as it's a lot of things we can keep ourselves from. We can, the Bible even talks about avoiding temptation and that God will always give you a way out. It's true. If you think about it now, hear me, because sometimes when you in the moment, sometimes it's a little hard to break away if you ain't strong enough. But just in the fact,
Yeah.
let's just say if like say if a guy texts me and he say, "Hey, you gonna come through?" If I know what's getting ready to go down from the point where I get my shower, I know what's gonna happen when I get there. The lipstick color I put on, the clothes I put on my drive to his house, I
Speak
already
it.
know what's gonna happen. Don't fool with me.
Yes.
When I hear people saying, "Oh, well, it was just a mistake," it is pre-calculated. You already know what's gonna happen. Don't even play. You knew before you left your house. You knew when you set it up. You knew what was gonna happen. It's not a secret. A man don't have to say, "I want to have sex with you" before you understand what's getting ready to go down. Real talk. You already know.
No cap.
You are
I mean, that's.
You already know. I remember one time I was at this guy house. He had invited me. We had went on a couple dates, and I go to his house, right? And so he started rubbing my feet. I say, go rub my feet, because then once he rubbed my feet, then my legs are next, then my thighs are next, and then the finger is next. No, we're gonna stop it right here.
Ooh.
Not gonna.
Ladies, I told you. I told you guys she was on fire. I told you she was on fire. Ooh. Ooh.
It's true. It's true.
It is. It is.
And all
It
you
is.
all the devil need is an inch. You give him that little bit. He gonna take a mile, and if you ain't strong enough, you'll find yourself on your back again, only to go back home by yourself, wondering why you depressed, wondering why you angry at your kids, because you now got all these spirits inside of you that don't belong to you. We gotta
Oh
wake
my
up.
God.
We gotta wake up.
and and she just starting. You need to follow her. Lady Duke. Lady Duke. You need to listen. She's on fire right now, sister.
But it's
She's on fire.
It's the truth. But once we come into
It
the
is.
knowledge of really who we are, you know what I mean, and really what God has designed us to come to this earth to do. And I'm gonna put me out there because I think that I can tell people. I think I might be able to impress people with my accomplishments, which I ain't going to talk about. but I think we become more impactful with our story.
No, it's a you no, you cannot be shy to talk about your accomplishment,
No,
Miss
I'm not
Val.
saying that I'm shy.
It's the way you give
I'm
glory back to God.
no, I'm not saying I'm shy about it. I'm just saying that
Okay.
I believe we can impact people with telling our truth. And
Yes.
as far as I'm concerned, it's like you're really not delivered until you can talk about that thing. If you ashamed to talk about where you been and what God done brought you through, even if you was a prostitute on the street, there's still something holding on to you that you ain't released it yet. So you can't talk about it because you ain't been delivered yet. But when God delivers you, he released you then to go and tell others that might be in the same situation as you. Because if he delivered me, listen, I was telling one of my employees today, if God delivered me, the one that went off to college, I was a PK kid, and they say we the wildest ones. It's true and is. You know what I mean? So when I got off the college,
Uh-huh.
ain't no more church for me. I'm in the club. Understand? Yeah, yeah, it happens. But when you get to that place to where you're delivered, it doesn't matter what a person thinks about you. It doesn't matter what people say about you. It is you understand your charge, and that charge is now to go help other people get set free. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to follow her. She gonna follow back, and then if you need some help, she definitely gonna help you guys. Swamp chick. You need to, she's good. She's a woman of God. Trust me. If y'all ladies, I might not be able to give you everything. Our conversation might not be as detailed as she can give you guys. So to me, it's like I use this platform to help out.
Yeah.
If I can give you anything else, especially like if like people like Miss Val,
Hey,
if
V.
she's coming in, she's if she's telling you, she's helping you guys. To me, that's it satisfies my soul. So tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen, so we can get these likes, so we
Yeah.
can get these likes, so we can have people to come in.
Yeah. But
And
another
she's not done yet. We're listening.
Yeah, I think too what makes it easier, when you have made the decision to be abstinent, what makes it easier, so 'cause somebody say, well, how you date? How you getting dates? Ma'am, real easy, right? And there's so many pieces that because I believe we attract people where we are. And what I mean by that,
Yes.
when you say, hurt people, if you still wanting to just have sex, who you think you attracting? The ones that want to have sex. When you say, okay, well, you know what? I'm at a place in my life to where I want to be married now. Who you think you're gonna start attracting? And the reason I bring that up is because it was a point when I first started going through my transition. You know how it is before when you're in that process of being saved and you trying to get to that deliverance stage. When I would like pass guys or whatever, I'm like, dang, well, I thought I still had it. Ain't nobody trying to holler at your girl. You know what I mean? This is what I thought. But what God said to me was in that learning was, I'm hiding you. Basically, I'm not only that, I'm not punishing you, but I'm preserving you. So the ones that's not intended for you, they not gonna be coming your way no more. I'm talking about I run into plenty of men, plenty of guys, and I used to have a problem with it when they were not talking to me. But now the ones that approach me are the ones that I know are spiritually minded. Okay, not no jokers. Ain't no, hey mom, what's this? No, we don't do that over here. I don't answer to that. And God knows that I'm not going to answer to that, right? But men can tell where you are. They know a kept woman. And if you got thottish behaviors, he know that. If you already a wife, because when we say we want to be married and we want a kingdom marriage, we want the man that's going to pray for us and this and that and all that stuff, the one we willing to be submissive to. When we get to that place, they know who's ready. We already got to be a wife, not I'm a girlfriend. Somebody asked me one time, said, well, Val, why you ain't got no boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend because I'm not a girlfriend. I'm a wife. I'm a wife. I don't need no boy toys. You understand what I'm saying?
Ooh,
I don't need grown boys. There is a king out
grown
there
boys.
for me. So I ain't looking for him
I
to
like that.
I'm not looking for my king. My king gonna find me. I'm not looking for him.
It's
I'm
gonna
not
find
stepping up
you.
to him. Hey, can I have your number? However that conversation go, because I don't know nothing about that. But when the
Yes.
right one is for you, it's just like the story about Boaz and Ruth. Boaz saw her working. So, ladies, we got to do what God has commissioned us to do. We got to serve. If we're in waiting, we got to do what waiters do, and that's serve. Serve the Most High God. And as you're serving, your king will see you. And the reason he's going to see you is because he understands that he has a vision. And the woman that he's going to make catch up with and match up with, she's going to be able to help him. He's not worried about how fine she is. He ain't even worried about how good she look. If she can give him a peaceful home, help him to make his vision and execute the vision, that's who he marrying. See, we too worried about, well, why he with that ugly girl? Oh, because ugly girl listening. She listening. And she
Oh,
gonna help him with his
yo.
vision. She ain't out here in the clubs. She ain't out here on the phone all night with her girlfriends, girl, gossiping and all this stuff. That's not wife stuff. That's not. So we have to, that which we're desiring, we have to be what we looking for, or what we hoping come toward us. You got to become that person. We set our standards so high, but then we don't measure up to the standards that we set for somebody else. If you want him to be
And
king,
somebody say, "Woo!" I know. They love the way. I wish you can read the comments.
put this live.
I I wish you can read my comments right now. Like,
Oh wow.
they really feeling you right now. They really feeling you.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, they really. Yeah, I need to go. Yeah, I need to go follow her.
You can do it when you
Yeah, I
for
need to
certain
go follow her.
you feel good about yourself. You know what I mean? Every time, like
Yes.
when I first started passing those temptation tests, I was like, yes, I passed the test. I became happy about it because what really, when you get to a certain place in God, and that was a place where I found myself really deep rooted in Him. And I'm not talking about, oh, I'm speaking in tongues. I ain't talking about all that. I'm talking about spiritually rooted in God. I ain't talking about just going to church. Nah, spiritually rooted in God. When you become spiritually rooted in God, you're not willing to sacrifice your relationship with Christ for that chocolate dark skin 6'4". You don't care. You're like, listen, I worked too hard to get here. My salvation is more important. So you might look good. You might be 6'4" and
I
chocolate,
feel attacked.
but
I
you
feel
ain't
attacked.
worth me losing my position in Christ. Why? Because does that say God won't forgive me? No. He'll forgive me, but it's gonna put me way back. And I ain't trying to do that. You know what I mean? So nothing is more important, because we truly are vessels for Christ. We are. But if we so convoluted and we got all these people, just all these spirits lying dormant within us, how you gonna hear from him? How you gonna serve, and how you gonna really serve him? That's why I say sometimes, people and I don't judge. I don't want to judge, but I've seen people who claim to be one thing and are doing something else. And when you're doing something else, my question becomes, how spiritually sound are you? Because if you're spiritually sound, the Holy Ghost will keep you if you want to be kept. But some people use that hall pass to say, okay, well, God gonna forgive me, so I'm gonna go ahead and do what I need to do. No, 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 no. That's not what forgiveness is about. Yes, He'll forgive us, but I'm telling you, I remember in my days when I was just sexing and all that kind of stuff. Some 20 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was doing all of those things, when I get home or after He leave, I feel so empty, empty. No commitment, just a bunch of lines to get my draws down. That's it. And then until you don't hear from him until he okay, until he wants some more, he can't even answer your call. But you done opened your legs to him. You done gave him what is intended for your husband. How's your king gonna see you If you too covered with that other man's spirit, he can't even recognize you.
You're giving me goosebumps right now, yo.
But it's the truth. It is the God honest truth.
Whew.
And so you now you depressed, you angry, and you don't know why. You hearing stuff at night. That's them spirits. And then when you see him again, that spirit leaves because that's a part of him in you. So now you feel like you want him again. Listen, when you get serious about God and you get spiritually sound in God, you have to ask God. When you're ready to really make a commitment to Christ, when you're really ready, and nobody don't know but you, when you're really ready to be whole and renewed, you ask God to rid you of all of those things, rid you of those soul ties. So when you see him, nothing no move. He ain't shaking nothing over here. And he'll do it, but you have to be sincere. You know, I was raised in a Pentecostal church where you had to call on the name of the Lord, right? You had to call on Jesus real good, right? But when I accepted Christ in my life, I was calling on Jesus. I was like, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. You know, I'm calling on the Lord and wasn't nothing happening. You know, and so the devil was trying to tell me, oh, you know, God, he don't even hear you. But what it wasn't until I stopped all that calling and in my spirit, that thing that talks to you all day that we oftentimes disregard, when that spirit, you talk to God inside internally, and you get your heart just becomes real soft. And I got so sorrowful to God for how much I had done toward him in his body. I allowed the intruder to come in my body. When I got to that place where I really wanted to accept God for real, I got real sorry in my heart. It wasn't just, God, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. No, 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 no. In my heart, I got sorrowful. And I said, God, please forgive me. Please take out all of these spirits that's laying dormant in me so that I can hear from you, so that I can really worship you for real. Because I was going to church, showing up, dressed up, and on the inside, a hot mess. You know, 5 second praises and all of that. Yeah, all that foolishness. But in the inside, I was just toe up from the flow up. You see what I mean? We dressed up, we look real good, but internally, our hearts are not pure. And that's what we have to ask God for. You know, even in this dating season, you know, one of my clients, she told me, she said, well, Val, I just don't trust men no more. And I said, what you mean by that? She said, I just don't. I say, no, no, no. The problem is not that you don't trust them. The problem is you don't trust yourself. And she was like, what you mean?
Ooh.
I say, when you meet a man, when he approaches you, something inside you begins to talk. Well, that's your spirit. That thing that say, you know what, it's something about him. I don't know what it is, but it's something about him. We disregard that. That's what's supposed to help you. You know how when you say, like, if you driving and you say, you know what, your spirit tell you to turn left and you end up going right. And when you go right, it's a bunch of construction and you're in traffic for hours. The first thing you say is, I should have listened to my mind. That's your spirit. So when we encounter people, we have to be mindful. I can meet people, and before they even open their mouth, I already know what type of spirit they have. Why? Because we're all connected. But if you're not spiritually connected, then you will be distracted. You'll be thrown off. You can't see the forest from the trees. But when you get close to God, that Holy Spirit will guide you. Don't go that way. Don't talk to him. You can speak, hey, how you doing? Take good care. That's my favorite line. Take care. Take care. Same with it.
Wow.
You know?
I'm like, yo, this, like, I'm reading some of the comments over here. They're saying, Jesus, this is too much. This is good. And
Y'all
they
go.
saying, now you have me now you have me in tears. Oh my
Oh,
good. I mean, yeah, these ladies, they gonna have to follow you. I cannot feed them the way you do. I can't.
oh. Well, listen, I
I
appreciate
can't.
you
You,
so much for inviting me, to share this
nah,
because
definitely.
it's really on the tables of my heart. And I'm just getting into all this social media stuff. But definitely, if you guys enjoyed this, go pick up the book. And I'm not saying that because I want to sell you the book. I'm saying it because there
You
are
don't need
people
that.
really
You don't need that money anyway.
Yeah, there's some really quick tools that you can pick up that it doesn't take long to execute. You understand what I'm saying? The book, you can read it, maybe take you an hour, hour and a half, but you start thinking differently when it comes to dating. You don't just go out. Listen, when you get to that place where you can when you can pick and choose, you can pick and choose. But when we in that sunken place, we pretty much go on a date with anybody that asks. I ain't doing that. Why waste my time? If we're Christians and we date with a purpose, the intent is that we will marry. We ain't just sitting at the date talking about marriage on the first date now, don't get me wrong. But if the intent is to marry, why are you wasting your time with jokers that you know don't want to marry you? We know it. We know it.
But Miss Vera, let me say something. Let me say something there. But do you know why? Like, this is just my opinion, but do you know why you on that state right now? Your mindset where is that? Because I feel like after you have accomplished so much for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you became that queen. Like, you know who you are as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what you can provide to a man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even though you know a man still need to chase after you, you still know not just everybody can chase after me. You you need certain type of man, or certain type of man have to have some type of vision for them to even see you, for them to even approach you. You're in a stage that not any knucklehead will see you walking around in the street and be like, yo, I got my shot. No, it takes a man,
Yes.
right? It takes a king to be able to see you and be like, yo, she's not no joke. That's a woman.
It's
That ain't no. That's not a girl. That's a woman.
it's
You
true.
know. So, and because you created that how can I say it? You built your own enterprise. You built yourself. You became that woman that, just like Queen of Sheba, right? Not everybody could approach Queen of Sheba.
Right.
But even though she was the queen of her own country, when she went to see King Solomon, she decided, you know what, I came to you because I wanted you, not because I need anything from you.
Right.
I'm a queen of my own country. And that's the reason why, when after everything is done, she left. She said, you know what? You got too much going on for yourself. You got too many wives. I'm a queen of my own country. I cannot be over here and be
Yeah.
one of your wives. So she left. So you got such a power that it's not just any man that can walk into your life and be like, you know what, I want to represent that. And that's what a lot of women need. A lot of women need to create. I feel like a lot of women need to create how can I say? They need to create something around them that makes them secure first, and they don't feel like they need anybody else. They want to have a husband, but they don't need,
No, I need a husband.
per se. They don't need that.
I needs me old husband. No, 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 no. I needs me a husband. He'll be what I
you,
think.
you,
Because
you do you?
listen, I don't care how independent you are. You need somebody
Okay,
to depend on. And this was something that I didn't learn. I didn't know this when I was married. When I was
okay.
married, I'm like, oh, I don't need you. I can do this on my own. Well, guess what? God gave me exactly what I was putting out there. And when I got it, I'm like, this too much.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
We're
Yes, it makes sense.
we're not designed to do it all. We're not designed to do it all. I need somebody that I can lean on when I come home from work. I need that. So I do. I need a husband. Just in case he out there listening, I need me a husband in my life. So I don't care how independent I am. I make no mistake about it. I need a husband. But the thing is that you have to, when you come in the presence of a king, you got to know that you are a queen already. See, because the king ain't talking to nobody who ratchet and who out here twerking and what the song is now. They got a like the birthday thing or whatever. Something, do it like it's your
I
birthday.
don't even know.
No, he ain't.
Yeah, I don't.
Because the thing about a man is that, a man has two eyes and one heart. Hear me clearly. He's got two eyes and one heart. Now, that means he can look at you and this one and that one. But he's got one heart. Capture his heart, not his eyes. When you capture his eyes, that's all he doing is looking. He ain't looking to marry you, though. He just looking and sampling. He ain't trying to wife you. But when you capture his heart, then he can see you and then desire you and want to take you to family. See, we've been with folks for years. Listen, somebody was like, they told me they was laughing at my post I put up. I said, look, if you've been with someone for 3 to 5 years and you ain't married, ain't got no ring, ain't got no commitment, you ain't in no relationship, you in a lease. You in a lease.
Oh man, that is so true though.
You in a lease. Waiting to be leased out.
That is so true. Wow.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
As God has led me to come into this platform, my desire, God's desire through me is to inspire and empower women to really understand what their worth is. They will really understand that because we've been misguided. Listen, what that song was, sexual healing. We all jammed to them songs, but we've been taught that if I have sex with you, I'm healed. Psych, not. You're not. You're just not. You're not. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I love her. Yeah,
So
that's
look, I
this
can
is
talk for
dope.
hours. But listen,
This is dope.
I really appreciate you for putting me on your live. I got so much stuff I need to be doing right now. My son starts school tomorrow. Mason
I
starts
know.
school.
I know.
And
I
I was
know.
like, oh gosh, this
Yeah.
day is
Say
going
hi to
fast as
Mason.
nothing. I literally just walked in the house maybe about 20 minutes ago.
Okay. It's all good. I mean, anytime. Like maybe, anytime this week when you got time again, I'm sure they're gonna love to hear you, hear from you again. I'm sure a lot of people say, I'm hearing comment there saying, we need her again on this, so
Well, let me know
yeah,
when
I'm sure they're gonna follow you
we
too.
need to
So
schedule something. I'll
I
definitely
got you.
put it in the
I miss
schedule.
it.
But definitely, you guys go out, follow me. I don't even know what's my handle is. Valerie Latrell. Valerie Latrell.
Valerie Latrell.
And
But they're gonna follow you, and I'm sure I'm gonna make a video. If I'm gonna talk to you first about it, and make a
okay.
video and let people know like when because this is not something that we just gotta do. I gotta make a post about it and tell them like, yo, she's coming tonight. Cause I
Oh,
feel like you dope. You
Lord.
really dope. You really, and they need that. We all need it. Even men. Men or women, they need that. When it comes down to building the kingdom of God, everybody needs to hear a story. Hear it. So I feel like you need it in this platform.
You really do.
So we appreciate you.
Until
We
next
really
time,
appreciate
I'm
you.
going to
Thank
get
you.
that book. It'll
Yes.
really help you in your dating season. It really will. And
Yes.
the dates you was accepting, listen, don't pick the book up till you're ready because
Yes.
you got it. It will evoke change. Once you make up in your mind, once you learn some stuff, you cannot unlearn it. Even if you try to still do those same things that you used to do, in your mind, you're gonna hear some things, and it's gonna connect, and it'll make you feel even
That
worse.
is facts.
So, but pick it up. It's
Yes.
called God's Blueprint for Singles by Valerie Latrell.
God
It is
blueprint.
actually on Amazon, so you can search on Amazon. But definitely, listen, it's been my pleasure to serve tonight, and I
Yes.
truly, truly, and I believe this was God ordained. That's how God works, right? I just came on your live, and I'm just, you was like, hey, come on. It's God ordained, and everybody that has heard the conversation, it was meant for you to hear it. So that's how God does
Yes.
it. When He brings these things like this to your forefront, you're not just sitting here just because you want to be on live, you want to watch Ish. No, He knew what was going to happen this evening. So you were meant to be here, and now that you have heard it, now you're going to really be accountable. So listen, know that I love you. If nobody told you that today, I love you. And I'm rooting for every last queen. I can't see y'all comments, but I'm
Yes.
rooting for y'all. Y'all don't even know.
Oh, they love you.
I'm
They
rooting
love
for
you.
y'all.
They love you. They
I
love
mean,
you. They love you.
I'm rooting for you, and you can do it. The Bible tells us that we can do anything through Christ.
Anything.
And if
Yes.
you got him, if you
That
don't
strengthens
have
us.
him,
Yes.
go ahead and accept God in your heart. Just when you get off this live, just go in your room, close the door. Even if you got to put on some inspirational music, whatever you need to do to channel your thoughts and your heart to receive God. Oh, he's there. I've literally asked God before, God, can you hold me? Because there are times that when you're single, you desire to be with someone. You desire to have that companionship. So if you need God to hold you, I'm talking about I had to open my eyes and look around because I'm like, I feel like somebody holding me for real, you know. But seriously, if you, I'm too much listening, but I'm telling the truth. If you really ask
You are. You are.
to hold you, he will hold you like you ain't never been held before. And I'm telling y'all, not only do I love myself, but I love me some Jesus. Oh, I love him. That's my babe. That's him. So listen, I'm rooting
Hey.
for y'all. I love you all because not often enough are singles told that they are loved. I love y'all, and I want you all to really, truly know what it is to love yourself. Keep following me. This is a mantle. This is not just I'm talking out the side of my neck. This stuff God gave me, and only He can. But every last one of us
Talk to them. I'll be back.
we got
Keep
purpose.
talking. Keep talking.
Every last one of us has purpose. And those distractions that come, they are the ones that's deterring you from your purpose. So you have to see the distractions and recognize them for who they are. Don't allow Satan to come in. And like I said earlier, just because you make a commitment to Christ, that doesn't mean that you're sinless, but it does mean that you will sin a whole lot less. Okay? So I'm rooting for y'all. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. And ain't nothing none of y'all can do about it. Where Ish went? Now he know I'm trying to get off the line so I can go do what I need to do. Because see, as a single mom, I had to go to work. I end up working late and I have to run in and still keep working. That's what we do. But God gives us the strength. Whoever is on this call that might feel that they're defeated, might feel that they're not strong enough, God says that you are enough. And until your king comes, until the one he has that he's customizing for you, it takes time for customization. You're not just going in the store picking up something that everybody else can wear. No, that's not what this is. It takes time for God to customize your mate. And while God is customizing your mate, you ask the Father, God, what is it that I need to work on so that I can be prepared for when that man comes my way, that I'm ready. I'm good and ready. You understand? So we have to be in that place to where we understand that God is going to give us the strength. Philippians talks about strength. I can do all things through Christ who
Through
strengthens me.
Christ. That's
So
right.
whoever feels that they're not strong enough, I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care if the money looks short, is looking funny. Go to God. Go to him because he's the one that can help you, not baby daddy. Mm-mm. Listen, y'all gonna get me to start talking about something else. I love y'all. I love y'all. Please follow me. Ish, thank you so very much. I love you, my brother. I love you.
I love you. I love you. I love
Y'all
you.
be blessed,
I'll
okay?
talk to you later.
All right.
Bye. All
Now,
right. Bye
how
bye.
do I get off? Do I just stop it? You know
Just, yeah, you just stop it.
I just stop
You
it.
just stop it.
Love you so
All
much.
right. I love you too. Bye bye.
All right, bye-bye.